exiled as Mary hunts for a new purpose. It's not too late to turn back, you know. Long have I awaited a suitable challenger. My master, Chaos, has charged me with this task. Many have attempted my trials in search of greatness. Scholars, criminals, heroes, and the meek. All have stepped forward, and most have fallen. The rules never changed for them, and the rules will not change for you. Bring only that which you can afford to lose, including your life. This once mighty temple was the bridge from mere peasant to high priest. All were welcome to attempt the trials of chaos, and those that attained a true victory were gifted a small measure of power to help forge their own destinies. That is still true, though we have far fewer challengers in this era. My master is the essence of all that might be. They are the flip of a coin, and they are the roll of a die. Whether you win or lose, their purpose is still served. And yet, your chances can be influenced by your skill, by your intellect, and by your might. That is what fascinates chaos. Skilled mortals can bend their chances, for in the headwinds of the unknown, the arrow of a master falls more assuredly than the arrow of a novice. Show them your mastery, and they will smile upon you. Surprise them with utmost talent, and they may even laugh. Fortune will rain upon those who bring humor to chaos. Mortality seeks you in kind. Are you ready, challenger?
The eye of the storm!
Wipe that smile off your face. Their indomitable spirit protects them. Don't die. This is just a warm-up. Lightning descends. Pillage and retrieve. This is just the beginning. Weather the elements at your own risk. A bird will do anything to feed its young.
Seen the likes of that beast before, and I hope I never do again. I'll not make the journey home like that.
Make it quick. May the strong grow even...
Through strife, I grow stronger. Maybe if I'm quiet, these things won't come to life and attack me.
This is a find. A Vaal ruin that hasn't been looted? No one from camp.
This mechanism, if powered with a small soul core, it could open that door. There should definitely be soul cores somewhere around here. They had to power these constructs somehow.
The wind howls! The thrill of the oath! Soul core. Batten down the hatches!
Found a soul core yet? Look for a red crystal a bit bigger than your fist. It should be warm to the touch. Why, you ask? That'd be the soul trapped inside. Near the end of civilization, the Vaal tried to combat a worsening labor shortage by sacrificing their own citizens to power constructs. Designed to till the fields, mine the quarries, and the like. They were quite a marvel. As it turns out, human souls don't make for a very sustainable fuel source, and so began their downward spiral. Rather silly for such an intellectual people, wouldn't you say? Be careful. This mechanism, if powered with a small...
quite the bounty in here. down, you great big pile of rust. That thing bodes ill. Best ask Alva.
This is the largest soul core I've ever seen. With this, we could power the mechanism in the waterway. But
that it isn't charged. There is still latent energy residing here. From what I can gather, these lines in the stonework should lead to generators. You might need to find some more soul cores to spin them up, but everything looks to be in surprisingly decent condition. Maybe the constructs have been maintaining all this. In any case, let's hope it still functions. We'll then have to remove that large soul core from the wall, of course. But that shouldn't be a problem. Keep looking.
to lug this back to the generator. I reckon it's working. Let's hope the other one's the same. said. Aye, pull the other one. Here goes. The Vaal, but there's so much to be said for their craftsmanship. holidays. There. The lake should be all but drained by now. Weapon of a storm! Take this!
What have you learned? The members of this expedition seem to believe that the Ziggurat beneath our feet holds an ancient device that was intended to be used against the cataclysm that destroyed the Vaal. The source of that cataclysm was the previous beast, which means the device below may be exactly what we need to stop the new one. Find your way into the Ziggurat, and let us see what the greatest minds of the Vaal Empire created. If they didn't manage to complete it in time, maybe we can finish their work.
Be warned, friend. The waterways on the Matlan River be a barrier between us and the Azak tribe. The Orok may be troubled, but the Azak, them are true horror. Their queen witch, Ignagdok, takes her child every blood moon. Why? I won't guess. If you trespass, only death awaits you. But if you survive, while you are there, please, rip out our heart. You should have never drained the lake. My tribe depends on the waters for our safety. How will we fend off the Orok or the Azak now? And worse, you have unleashed the horrors of the Vaal once more. Know this. You bring up bad omens from the depths that should have stayed buried, and you will regret it. The water.
You drained the entire lake. I was going to ship in some Kalguran explosives. But that's one way to get into these temples, I suppose. Oh, Alva's found something. She's waiting for you at the base of these stairs. I'd join you, but I'm not sure how much I trust 2,000-year-old waterways to keep the city dry. You enjoy yourself.
Beyond this sealed door is the temple of the sun god Kopec. I've seen writings by a fellow named Ketzuli that mention his research in this temple, but I can't quite make sense of what the device was or how it functioned. Unfortunately, we can't use Kalguran explosives without risking whatever's inside. However, there's a piece missing from the door. Knowing the Vaal, it'll be made of gold, of course. I recommend heading into the city to search for it. Try looking around the Ziggurat area, as that is well known for its opulence in the golden tributes, especially at the main temple's apex. Hurry back if you find it. Good luck.
This ain't nowhere to live. to this place. It's a wonder I'm still
When
stuck.
we first came to this place, death alone was the king of all that we surveyed, solemn in his high and lonely throne. We had little and were starving, but this man-made mountain offered us nourishment. Eating the caps and stems brought us grand visions of a thriving world. It was a promise of things to be. This, then, will be our new home until our promised land is made real.
Might be the only thing what's edible around here.
The promised land is bountiful, a blissful place overflowing with potential. My brethren surround me. We are one, experiencing the entirety of time all at once. Even as I write this, I am on the cusp of transcendence. The script before my eyes morphs into illegible symbols. I cannot stop laughing, rejoicing at the bright future that I know us to all share.
The Eye of the Storm! Wait! A clean kill! Wait!
Before times, we bowed before a city who bowed before no one. But Mother is the one true queen. She is the one who brings solace. She is the one who grows gifts for us. We must keep heeding them, for they bring pure delight.
Enough to get a stew going, I reckon. Yeah. I'm not one for drinking strange liquids, but this here seems safe enough. Now there's a fight I hope to forget. I'll though want to say this.
So, the city of Utzaal has been laid bare to the world after all these centuries. I know you're after some particular device, but I can't help but remind you that we are here for a purpose of our own. Treasure hunters hunt treasure, yeah? I'll not be the first to set foot in those deadly sunken ruins. But if you're braving them, you might as well keep an eye out for anything that looks valuable. In particular, look for buildings with monkey statues on them. If you spy something like that, give me a shout. I'll be waiting with great anticipation. I'm no storyteller, but I know what's what. The monkey represented Kamasa, the Vaal god of wealth. If you see a statue of a monkey, it means treasure. It may be a vault, maybe a temple, could be a vast forge. Any of the above would mean fabulous riches. She sounded, well, filthy. I don't know how those treasure hunters made it in there, but I sure feel for them. We all know risk is part of the job, but what a way to go. Boggles the mind, really. Have you found it? That's it. Kamasa, the monkey god. Even I'm tempted to... No, I'll just die horribly.
What's another death-defying adventure, eh?
I've never been quite sure if Kamasa was actually a monkey, or if he was just god of monkeys. In either case, he held their love for shiny things. The wealth wasn't the point, but his cult still slowly grew to become the richest in the Vaal Empire. Eventually, they became the very guardians of the treasury itself. The famed Parandes family would have been paupers in comparison. I can almost feel my greed overcoming my caution. Almost. Little is known about the monkey god. He was initially portrayed as curious, wise, and prone to mischief. In the earliest tales, if he appeared, it was to do one of two things. Impart mysterious wisdom, or steal something shiny from a wealthy noble. Unfortunately, his greed apparently grew as the Vaal expanded. Later tales portrayed him extorting peasants and blackmailing nobles for increasingly large tithes. His cult's core values became exploitation and ambition. His high priests eventually ran everything remotely financial in the Empire. I can only imagine what treasures are hidden in their ancient coffers.
They've not given up the ghost just yet. I've enough in my pack already.
Came back alive, did ya? I'll organise the men. We'll start carting the gold out of here. No sign of old Kamasa, eh? Well, then he won't miss it. Keep anything you were able to lift out of there yourself. Let's call it a finder's fee, eh? I'm feeling generous today, considering we actually found treasure and all came out alive.
Reckon I'll leave treasure hunting to the experts next time.
If you hear a click, done.
You found it! Try placing the idol in the door. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Until next time.
In we go. The wind howls. Is this a temple of Solaris? Or something else?
Vaal ingenuity never ceases to amaze me. How can I help?
The Vaal in this pyramid must have been trapped here since the Cataclysm. Was it corruption that kept them alive? Or the energy from their sun? I can't imagine a worse fate. That sun is an incredible achievement, no doubt. But it doesn't fit with what the Vaal wrote about this place. Perhaps it powers the device we seek. These runes. I can make out symbols for blood and offering. Wait, no. It's not a blood offering, it's someone of Vaal blood. Perhaps if I...
Now this is truly something! The apex! It's opening! Goodness me!
know this, but the common tongue we are speaking is derived from ancient Vaal. They were the largest empire on Rayclast for thousands of years. They should be able to understand you. This portal provides an opportunity that I had never considered. Consult the greatest minds of the Vaal directly. Enter the portal. Find their experts on the beast or on corruption. They may know of ways to control corruption that even I am not aware of. Do whatever it takes.
Ah, a local temple runner. Time travel gives me a headache. I'm trying to understand. Vaal priests built a gateway to their future to escape the coming catastrophe. That I can see. They needed someone with Vaal blood to activate the gateway on the other end. The other end being now. Our time. Why didn't they just activate it themselves back then? So that it would still be active now? And isn't needing someone with Vaal blood on this end a critical flaw, given that they were trying to escape a disaster they feared might wipe out their people? Does time pass equally on both ends? Is a day here a day there? What happens when their side has been open long enough for it to be now there, but the far future here? I'm probably overthinking this. Watch your step.
You know not what you do. A great darkness comes. You meddle with what has been, and who knows what will happen because of it. What is dead should stay dead. Close the gateway and leave it alone, I say. Farewell.